Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we want to take a look at both Shadow, Registeel and Regice in the Great League in the same team. This is going to be an interesting one, of course. Those are some more spicier picks right now. Nobody's really running the Shadow variant of them, for good reasons to be fair, but here we're going to see now the very horrible lead, but also very bad face-up for us. Meticham using Power Punch, but also Regis is going to do some insane damage in this meta. Look at this Blizzard, and we're going to completely annihilate the opponent here, putting them into farm down range for our Pelipper. We can now farm them basically all the way down. This is basically the main idea for this team. Nearly everybody is running Meticham right now anyway. So we can just go ahead, swap into our Regis, try to bait this Pokemon out of the way, and then have a clear way for our Registeel to sweep endgame. Here we're going to now see the Zap Cannon coming through. They're going to shield this move up, but yeah, like what do they really want to do here right now? There's not a lot that they can do anymore. I can let this move go through. This is not going to do too much damage because it's not going to be an overheat, and I can just let this, yeah, like they're going to forfeit. So very good first game for us. This is going to be the first two sets that I played with this. I played another set afterwards with them, and yeah, I went 0-5, but also I battled basically the same opponents that I lost to before, which is interesting. So like I battled them twice, so putting the battles in wouldn't really help either, but yeah, just for clarification reasons, I went 0-5 on my final set with this. I'm not going to lie to anybody or whatever and say this is the most amazing team. It's not, but it's a lot of fun to play some Nuke Pokemon here that are Shadow, so just keep that in mind. I'm always honest, of course, with my content, as I am not going to try to sell something that doesn't work. And this is definitely more like a fun one. Of course, the normal Reggie and the normal Regis, both of them are a little bit better than the Shadow variants of them. Main reason is for them that they don't have any pressure with the fast moves. Like usually you kind of want to have some Pokemon that have good fast moves that do a lot of damage. For example, Counter is one of them. Here while we get Hyper Beam, which is kind of funny. Counter is one of those moves, or Shadow Claw would help you out quite a bit, or for example Shadow Victory Bell has a big advantage for being Shadow just because of the pure damage that the fast move does. Yeah, very great catch by the opponent as well. Yeah, this opponent, for example, I battled them also sometimes in the regionals. I battled them as well in my last set, and I lost against them there as well because like I just forfeit later on because I knew that their team kind of beats my team if they play it out normally, and they knew my team as well from this battle here already. So, yeah, like there was not a lot that I can do about this. Here we're going to see, of course, a very bad lead for me. It's going to be the Registeel against me, and now I have only my Regis for this matchup here. I'm sadly not going to be able to farm them all the way down there, even if they would have stayed in. Going to go straight for the Blizzard. I will be able to do some decent damage if this would land, but they're going to shield this move up, which is smart. I have to stay in here. They're going to have to throw eventually. Shove most likely went for the bait there instead then. But foul play going to knock me out. I can go into my Pelipper, and my main play here right now is just to let them throw the charge move there. Going to be a foul play, swap out into my Registeel, hopefully going to get to the next charge move in time. Let's see if this all works out as planned. Foul play coming through here. They're going to do way more damage than I expected. Of course, we are Shadow, so you'll see already why Shadow might not be the best idea. I can still knock them out here, but as we're going to see, they're going to have a Pokemon in the back that I would usually be able to beat with Registeel, but not if I have like 2 health left, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and forfeit there as well. There was no reason really for me to play this one out. And next opponent, we're going to see a very decent lead actually for us. Clarian Stunfisk is something that we can win in the 2-shield scenario. You always win this in the 2-shield scenario with a Pelipper. As you're going to be able to outspeed them to the charge move. Both Pokemon can take 1 charge move, but both Pokemon cannot take 2 charge moves. So here we see a very good catch by the opponent. I don't know which Pokemon came in here. It's going to be a Trevenant. This is going to be awkward because as well as I have to shield this move up here, Trevenant is one of the Pokemon that I kind of want to face in the lead, but with like full health because I need to get damage on them. And they're going to shield up the charge move here as well. I can still go for one Weather Ball, which will allow me actually here to get in the damage enough to knock them out there, which is going to be nice. I have to swap immediately into my Regis. I have to let this move go through. It's going to be a Rock Slide, does around 60% damage, I would say. Yeah, exactly. They go for another one. I am forced to shield this one up, and I honestly just have to hope that the opponent is going to let this move go through. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to let this move go through, and they're going to have a Bastion. They have an ABA line here with the Clarian Stunfisk lead and the Bastion in the back, allowing me to get another shield here with the Earthquake, and you know already what's coming in. Our Registeel is going to punish this wall face immediately. A normal Registeel wouldn't be able to one-shot this from this range yet, but it would be able to farm down afterwards. Our Shadow Registeel does not care. Goodbye opponent there, goodbye Bastion. This was a very good game for us. Next opponent, we're going to see the abomasnow against us. This is going to be an interesting matchup for us as well, especially as we're going to have the Regis where we can swap into. I tried to catch a weather ball because usually abomasnow should go for the weather ball in that matchup, but they're going to decide to go into their, what's it called? Forgot the name, Jellicent. Jellicent can go for one surf, going to do some decent damage, but we survive basically with a 1 HP and a dream, go for the earthquake, do a ton of damage, and we can now go into our Pelipper. I'm throwing before they can go for one shadow ball, allowing me to knock them out beforehand. They don't going to shield us move up here. And we're going to see the opponent coming in with their abomasnow again, which is fine because if we can catch once, we can also catch twice. Our Shadow Registeel are going to have a great time here catching this weather ball. We will be able to just go ahead and go for the focus blast here, as this is going to do some decent damage, but they're going to catch it on an Azumarill. This is not ideal. That was a very great play by the opponent. Zap Cannon still can come through though, and this will do a ton of damage. I would knock them out from this range. The attack drops, which is really nice. I'm going to shield this move up just in case it's a Hydro Pump. It's going to be a Play Rough, so they're mostly going to run a Play Rough plus Ice Beam. I can let this move go through now because I have that knowledge, and I can also just go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon. This Zap Cannon going to do some decent damage, and I can now stay in with my Registeel waiting for them to throw so they can KO me, but I can just go ahead and go for 2 Weather Balls against them because I have so much energy stored up already. This will be enough to knock them out and easily win me the game here. They're gonna go for their own shield, it doesn't really matter, we have too much energy here for the opponent. This is going to be a clear one for us as well, as we can go ahead, go for the weather ball now, knock them out and win this game. Next opponent, let's see who's coming in here right now. We're going to have the Sableye in the lead. This is not really ideal. I hate to play against Sableye with this team. For obvious reasons, we don't really have the best answer for this Pokemon. Our lead, our Say-Swap, our Pokemon in the back are all kind of neutral, but also Sableye is just very, very strong. We see a Swampert coming in here, and we can see a Swampert going out of here again. Before they even can get to a charge move, we are already going to be able to nuke them. Speaking of nuking, can we nuke the opponent here as well? This is going to be the question, and it's going to be a no. They're sadly going to shield this move up. We have to go basically into our Pelipper, I guess? No, we're actually going to go into our Registeel here right now. It's going to do so much damage. I have to hope that I can just shield everything up, get the debuff maybe, and have a great time like that. But I don't know really what they have in the back yet, so it's kind of awkward here. We're going to have to let the one move go through here. We're going to go for our own shield, our own charge move here right now. Zapcan coming through. They're going to shield this move up, and we see a Noctowl coming in. Honestly, going to be a difficult one. I can go ahead and try to go for the Hurricane here, which is going to do some decent damage, but I kind of have to farm down. I am not going to be able to farm down, of course. I am still going to go for the charge move here, and in hindsight I should have just let this, like I shouldn't have done that. Like this is such a bad move by me. And because I undercharged my opponent already as well, I have to try to farm down with the with my other Pokemon in the back. So this just wasn't ideal. Sadly, I still have a shield left, of course, but I'm not going to be able to reach the next charge move in time. The opponent just has too much energy, and as you can see here, there was not a lot that I can do at this point anymore, at least. I think I could have done something in the build-up play towards that, which I could have played a little bit better, but this is fine. Next opponent, we're going to see a Pelipper against us. This is going to be also okay for us. We're going to have our own Pelipper. We're going to go for the bait first here immediately with our own Pelipper going for the weather ball. They go for the weather ball as well, which is not really ideal for us, but we will be able to just go ahead and retaliate here, getting our shield back, and they're going to go into Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz will definitely not appreciate our Registeel, so I'm just going to get my energy back that I lost prior by throwing the charge move onto the Mandibuzz. And then now we'll be able to go into my Registeel, going for one Zapkin in order to knock out the opponent. We are even Shadow bonus here, of course, onto our Pokemon, which is going to easily knock out the opponent there as well. And we will be able to just go ahead and hopefully, yeah, okay, they're going to shield up the first move anyway, but we can go ahead and go for another one, hopefully knock them out there. But actually going to shield this next move up as well. It's going to be a Dark Pulse. We can go for the Zapcan now, and this is going to definitely knock them out. It's fine, it's fine. It's definitely still like a kind of awkward scenario right now, especially as they're going to go ahead and go into their Altaria. And yeah, sadly, this is going to be just an awkward one. I'm going to predict that they're going to go into their own Pelipper right now. Turns out, I over-predicted with that one. And the Hurricane going to land on the Altaria. It's not too bad though either, but I expected them to go into their own Pelipper, so I tried to overcome that by going into my own Pelipper to just try to go and get the knockout against them, but sadly they didn't swap, and now they have all the energy in the world trying to knock me out here with one hurricane. That's going to be it for this game. Well played there though, very well played by my opponent. Next opponent we're going to see an Alolan 90s in the lead. Hopefully we can catch a weather ball here, that would be amazing. We can go for our own weather ball here real quick. That's going to do some decent damage against them, and I can go for 3 more fast moves and then swap out so they don't have to fear that I'm going to be able to win CMP or whatever. We're going to see the Meticham coming in right now, and this is actually ideal for us as we can go for one Blizzard now. This Blizzard going to do some decent damage. As you can see, they can farm me all the way down, and my opponent makes a great play here, I think, as well. So after this one, I can go for my own charge move. They're gonna go ahead and shield this move up, which is an interesting play. We will see now that the opponent gonna go for one Power Punch. This was a great play by them, because like this, they can go for one Psychic now, and I have to shield another time. So a very great play there by them. I didn't expect them to have Power Punch. Now we only have the Mantine in the back. But honestly, my Registeel is going to have a great time here. Mantine is something that my Registeel really enjoys to play against. So my Registeel is just going to have the greatest time ever here. We can just go ahead and go for some damage as well with the Zapkin, and let's see if we even get the debuff. They're most likely going to shield this move up. There's not really a reason for them not to do that. And we're going to see the shield coming up here as well, as they... I don't actually know what they try to do right now. Bubble beat me just down all the way here. I don't know. Like, we're at -4 attack now at this point. It's fine though. But we're going to see the swap now from the opponent. That's okay for us. We can just go ahead, go into our Pelipper, go for one Weather Ball. The opponent's Mantine is already pretty low. So I can just go ahead, go for the Hurricane here with my own Pelipper, forcing them to throw eventually. That's not going to knock them out quite yet. Oh, never mind. It actually does knock them out. So yeah, that's going to be a very good game. This was also a fun game. We're going to see now the Noctowl in the lead. This opponent here, by the way, is one that I encounter quite often at tournaments as well. We're going to see the Registeel against us here. We can go ahead and go for the Earthquake, going to do some decent damage against them, but also going to force another shield from them because they overfarmed a little bit too much here. That's going to be very decent for us, but also my opponent going to have the same play on their side, and they can play the Uno reverse card here as they can get 2 shields by me, as they have so much energy stored prior that they're kind of getting outspeed, like that they can outspeed me here. I overfarm a little bit too much. I see now that I cannot farm them all the way down. It would have been a little bit too risky for me, so I kind of have to throw my charge move. We will see here now the Noctowl coming in, which is interesting, as we can go ahead and go for we can get knocked out here basically by the Shadow Ball. We can see the Diggers coming in now. And I was really scared that they're going to have Quick Attack as a fast move, which is definitely the better play to go right now in the meta. But the thing is, do they have Hyper Beam? And they don't have Hyper Beam, which is the main thing which is going to be able to win me the game here right now. If they had Hyper Beam, like, our Pelipper would have been gone by now. Hyper Beam Diggers be such a cool Pokemon to use, honestly, such a cool Pokemon in general. But here we're going to see the Fire Punch coming through. They just don't really do damage. In this point of time, I think they just force close the app, as they're just lost against 2 Shadow Regis. As we see here, they are not really playing anymore. I can swap out into my own Reggie, but it seems like they were not really too happy about this loss here, as we can go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon or the game close, whatever. Like, but yeah, we're going to be able to pretty easily win this game here. As you're going to see now that, yeah, this is going to knock them out, and we can go into the final match of this video. Let's take a look at what we're going to encounter here. We're going to encounter a Bastion against us, making us swap immediately into our Regis, getting out the Meticham, and I make a crucial mistake here. As we're going to see here, we can go for the Blizzard, but also as we're going to see here, I'm going to stay in here, all totally fine, but you see me not waiting out the switch clock, and this was really stupid by me. I have no idea why I didn't do this, like why didn't I just wait out the clock, because it would have helped me out quite a bit. I didn't have to throw a charge move now against the opponent's Bastion coming in right now, and I would be just able to keep the charge move alive. Not really the smartest play by me, but I can swap into my own Registeel. We see the Sableye coming in. This is not going to be the best matchup for me either. So, don't know if there was anything that I could have done better here, because we will not be able to have the greatest timing. We're gonna get the attack drop, which is amazing for us. Definitely helps us out quite a bit. I don't think I got the second attack drop, so if I got 2 attack drops here, I would have been definitely better off. Let's take a look at this. Does it also get the attack drop as well? It does actually, never mind. Okay, I basically had the best luck possible here. Remembered this a little bit wrongly. Of course, we have now into range for 1 charge move as well, but maybe, I don't know. Like, there was nothing that I could have really done here. They sadly put me into range where they can farm me down. This is where the Shadow version is just sucking a little bit because it's just not really that good. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed the double Reggie showcase. If you did, please leave a like. Also on the screen right now, you see my latest video on the left side, and on the right side, you're going to see the top teams for this meta. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you on the next one. Bye bye.